What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to another episode of Pour Michigan Reviews. We've got some Michigan beer from one of our favorites, Arvon Brewing Company, guys. It's going to be Fort Gratiot. This is an India Pale Ale coming in at 7.9% ABV. It's part of their Lighthouse series. It's a New England style IPA featuring Falconer Flight hops. I have had those kind of hops from Arvon before, but I really don't remember what that flavor profile entails. So we're going to dive back in and investigate this one, guys. I feel like I've had Fort Gratiot in my life at some point in time. I really don't know if that's true or not because I used to drink their beers when they were first beginning at Seven Monks Tap Room in Traverse City. I had a lot of the beers early on. I just don't remember this one off the top of my head, but it sounds so familiar, guys. So label art's really cool. I may or may not have had this, but I certainly don't remember it. I did not check into it on Untappd, so maybe I did not, guys. So let's just stick with that. Let's go to a cheers and a pour. There is no canned on date today, and Arvon usually does put one. Sometimes they do not, but this can does not include the can on date. This came in 3-4 days ago from distribution, so I believe it's going to be relatively fresh, guys. Can't imagine it's not. Did pour very aggressively. I do apologize. Multitasking, not very good at it. And again, 7.9%. It is that staple-looking New England style from Arvon. Just fantastic looking in the glass. Very dense head. Again, a little bit over aggressive on the pour, but looks like a beautiful New England style IPA. Pretty much coming in almost as a double. I don't know, I consider like 8 to 9%. Some people say 9 or 10 as a double. 10 could be a triple. So I'm gonna say this one's close to a double IPA. But let's go to an aroma through this thick layered head. Yeah, it smells bright, juicy, vibrant, soft malt. A little bit of piney honey bitterness. I get like tropical vibes. I get citra vibes. I get like lemon, grapefruit, orange, mangoes, papayas, and kind of just a fruit salad mixture of all of those things. With a little bit of oily pine, a little bit of like slight resin on the back end, but really very bright, super aromatic because it's Arvon. What do you expect, guys? Let's dive in. It's Fort Gratiot. Cheers. Ooh. Ooh. A lot more bitter. I always throw this out there. Arvon is very good at making juicy New England styles, but they finish as IPAs as they should. They're bitter. They have like a floral bitterness sometimes. This is the instance I'm getting the floral bitterness on the back end that's kind of outweighing that juicy, bright quality on the front and middle. It does end with some serious bitterness and honey pine on the back end. Pretty thick, juicy, creamy mouthfeel. That's a new word. As expected from Arvon, they're very good at mouthfeels. This one is fantastic as expected. It's soft. It's kind of decadent the way it's laid out across the palate. Again, that bitterness on the back end balancing that sweetness on the front. There is that subtle kind of, not subtle, but fierce juiciness that's kind of cut subtly on the back end. But again, I think this is like grapefruit, lemon rind. I do see this having like a lot of orange zest, some sort of like apricot and papayas through the middle and back end, kind of justifying the stone fruity tropical thing that they always do kind of have. But then again, tamed in, reeled in on the back end with nice, pretty resinous bitterness on the back end. It's good. It's got like higher acidity. It's a little bit more sharp, but it's delicate through the middle, I would say. It's a great beer. Is it my favorite Arvon? No, I wouldn't say so. But it's really good. It's really good. The bar's been set really high for Arvon. It's hard to nail, 5s and 4 5s all the time, and they come close, but I've had so many of them that the bar gets raised for Arvon. We're a little bit more critical on Arvon because I've had so much Arvon. But as it stands to its counterparts in other breweries, it's fantastic. It's absolutely a great beer. But in Arvon standard, I'd say this isn't quite a 4.5. It's pretty green and hop bitey. I think it loses like a little bit of complexity through the middle. I'm looking for like another like soft layer to kind of unveil itself. But really, it's very good. It's very good. I'm gonna go with a 4.17 out of 5. Fantastic. When you're splitting hairs like this, guys, you kind of have to take your stab at where you're gonna take it. And for me today, it's a 4.17. It's been Fort Gratiot from Arvon Brewing Company. Thank you for being here, guys. I'm Dan. I'm over and out. Catch you on the next review. Cheers.